All right. Welcome back. So let's talk about. Let me see here. Let's talk about Simone Biles, right? Simone Biles. Now, believe it or not, when my wife and I were doing the show a few days ago, we're doing the How We Met episode, right? Somebody said something and they did some kind of comparison to Simone. I think I said Biles or Billy's, or I didn't get what they were talking about, but somebody was trying to reference some kind of analogy. I didn't get it. But over the past 2 days, I've been seeing that name everywhere. And I'm like wondering what is going on. Because even the folks in the manosphere, they've been talking about that as well. But when I started to listen to some of the conversations, I was like, oh no, we have to chime in on this. I was like, oh no, we got to chime out on this. We have to talk about this because, everybody's going to have an opinion, just like I do. Opinions are like opinions are like the asshole. Everybody has one, right? So it's okay. So I let people be the judge if what I'm saying aligns with their thought, or maybe they gain a little bit of extra insight. We take it from there. But this is Simone and this young man here. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, so she's a gymnast. Not gymnasium. Okay, but she's in gymnastics. She's an athlete in gymnastics. Both of them actually, I think, is an NFL player as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go through some of this and show you what they're talking about before we go on forward. But before I do that, pardon my manners. I beg. Pardon my manners. So let me come to the chat for a second. All right. Not too how far. Okay, not today here. I just noticed that. Oh, it was you, not to. Okay, it was you. I saw it. I was like, what is she talking about? A gymnast. That's what they call it? A gymnast? Oh, okay. Olympic level gymnast. Gotcha. All right. So, but they're talking about their relationship. I think they just got married too, some few days back, but it's about relationships and it's popular. So we must talk about it. So this on Yahoo Entertainment says Simone Biles supports husband Jonathan Owens after he claims he's the catch in their relationship. He's the catch. He said he's the catch. You want to say that with Indomie generation, it's another opportunity for the gender warriors to come out of the woodworks. You know it. Shout out to you, Paula. Welcome, Paula. Welcome, Key. Welcome, Priscilla. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. All right. So Simone Biles is standing by her husband, Jonathan Owens, after he received backlash for a comment that he made about the relationship on the Pivot podcast on December 20th. And I quote, "Are y'all done yet?" Sounds like baby on the Breakfast Club. Anyway, Simone, 26, she's 26 years old, wrote on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, on Saturday, December 23, along with a photo of a child looking confused. While she didn't address the controversy directly, her post came following days of online chatter about what Jonathan, who is 28 years old, said during the interview. When asked how he was able to pull Simone Biles, the NFL star said that Simone was the one to pull him. Okay, all right. So I see how the analogy will come in. Like, who was the catch? Who was the person? I get it. Okay. When she won the Olympics, I was in college. That's him. And I quote, "When she won the Olympics, I was in college and we didn't have NBC." He claimed, "We didn't have Olympics channel and we were in training camp in late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention." That makes sense to me. I never would have had a moment where I would have watched her. All right. One of the podcast hosts then asked the Green Bay Packers, where is Green Bay? What city is that? The Green Bay Packers safety if he considered himself the catch in the relationship. And then I quote, he says, "I always say that the men are the catch." He responded. The two first met after matching on a dating app. Okay, she messaged him first. So dating apps do work. We know from this story that at least it can get you to getting married. Everything else after that is not guaranteed. Well, life is not guaranteed, right? Jonathan was slammed for claiming to not know who the most decorated gymnast of all time was. He was also mocked for claiming to be more of a catch than the Olympian. Yeah, the gender warriors came out of nowhere to mock him. How dare you? You're the catch. So I'm wondering, what would be the alternative if it wasn't a catch? Right? What would be the alternative? Anyway, let's continue. Meanwhile, Jonathan also responded to the online buzz by posting photos with Simone from their wedding on Instagram on December 21. Okay, so I don't think they got married December 21. He just posted photos. That's how I'm reading that. So I don't know when they got married. And then he puts, and I quote, "unbothered." He captioned the post, "Just know we're locked in over here." That's good. Sounds good. Simone showed her support by commenting, "for life," along with a kissing emoji and crossed fingers emoji. Monitoring spirit, because we can't tell. We don't know who is looking at us. She also posted the goofy wedding photo on her own page and wrote "mood" as the caption. Jonathan also reposted someone else's message of support on his Instagram story. Buddy spent the majority of his interview talking about how, and I quote, "Buddy spent the majority of his interview talking about how instrumental Simone was in his success and how she spoke life into him, how individual joint and premarital therapy helped them both, how rough it was watching her not feel herself at the last Olympics." The post read, "He's never caused an issue on social media, zero clout chasing, and all y'all heard was catch. Gender warriors are weirdos." Okay? That's all they can hear is anything that they can, So even when they try, they can't help it. They will just flip to the extreme other end. And they don't know how to just look at a case for what it is, right? Simone and Jonathan met on Raya in 2020, and he popped the question less than 2 years later in February 2022. The lovebirds got married in a courthouse in April, followed by a second wedding in Mexico May. That sounds like the perfect situation. Courthouse, seal the deal, and let's go have a good time in Mexico, as opposed to all of this Owambe noise that everybody is doing, which I think is going to become obsolete at some point. And somebody's going to be like, "Why do you want to squash our culture?" Like, your culture is expensive, and a lot of people end up in trouble because of the financial, blah blah that comes after that. All right, so let me see here. It says Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens share a kiss on first Christmas together since getting married. Oh, it's a nice picture here. This is actually a very nice picture. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. Nobody's showing this kind of stuff anymore. Instead, they'll be listening to the part where maybe he said something that I can hold him accountable for. Gender warriors are always looking for ways to, let's hold somebody accountable for something. Anyway, that's them right there. It's nice. It's nice to see, right? So here's what's the catch? The catch means who is the prize? Is the man the prize or the woman is the prize? What are your thoughts around this, right? She was SA'd by the coach Larry Nassar. I will give her some empathy when it comes to her self-esteem. How did self-esteem enter this conversation? I'm curious. Keepers, talk to me. That's crazy. As outside of course, the essay that you're talking about, sexual assault. Outside of that, right? Are you relating it with this particular story? Right? I agree that can tamper with your self-esteem. But what she said, a lot of people were calling her pygmies. The gender warriors were calling her the pygmy. Right? They were calling her the pygmy. You too. He shocked you.
He shock you.
Right. All right. So I guess that's where is that where the self-esteem thing is coming in? Right. And then somebody that he retweeted that was saying she spoke life into him. This was him giving praise to her, right? To Simone. This was Jonathan giving praise to Simone, right? But you remember they hold on to the catch. This is limited information. I'm just reading what Yahoo Entertainment put out there. But welcome, Mo Fresh. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh God, Jonathan sounds like a junior Samuel Light, though. You mean with the statement? I mean, so here's the thing. We got to look at things holistically. We got to look at things holistically, right? And again, I have limited information. I didn't know those guys before, so I didn't know both of them before. Because I don't watch sports. Right, but let's talk about it, right, Isha? Really quickly. So maybe, right? But generally speaking, somebody who is toxic from a Kevin Samuel follower rhetoric, also generally they're not gonna give that woman that praise, right? They won't get to a place where they are saying she spoke life into me or anything like that, you know. And some might say, oh, they got married. They got married. I don't know enough about them, but maybe you guys know more, you know. But from the little I've seen, I don't really see what the issues are, you know. But the question is that are men the catch, the prize, or the women? That's the question that gender warriors want to answer. They can't wait till it must be one or the other, right? Shout out to all of you watching me in the back end. Yes, we're going to be talking about Emeka Ike. I know you came here for that. I know you. Pay attention. I know. You know, we'll get there in a second. Adebusala, shout out to you. She says, no, it was the host that mocked him first. He's an undrafted free agent NFL player. So the hosts were dragging him, right? Mm-hmm. So why? Because it was the catch? You're the catch, huh? Okay. Are the hosts women of the Pivot podcast? Are they women? Because I didn't see it. I'm just looking at the news. I'm just wondering, like, why is Simone Biles trending, you know? And I said, let's come and talk about it together. I believe me have known her. However, I'm giving him side-eye for the way he answered the catch question. It sounded like a put down, but maybe that's his sense of humor. Yeah, if it's in the same breath, on the same conversation, right? If inside of the same conversation, he was also saying things like, let me go back to the quote here. Let's see here. If somebody said Buddy spent the majority of his interview talking about how instrumental Simone was in his success. That has a lot more weight for me, my interpretation, than I'm the catch. And you're right. If somebody said that in the same breath, they say I'm the catch, that's humor. That's just like, relax. It's not that deep. Jesus Christ. Can a man feel like the catch for a second while with chocolate smile and it's okay, you could drag me, right? Because I'm bothered. We know what we got over here. We're secure over here, right? Remember that? So from everything I can see right now, it just sounds to me like, hey, it's a great opportunity to trend. Why not? Since gender warriors will catch on to it. They say, hey, and D-Love is not a gender warrior. We know that. Yeah. If that statement isolated by itself would be a put down, which is a self put down. If a man is walking around town talking about he's the price, and he means that, and his rhetoric follows that same lane, and is basically saying, no, I'm the catch, and you tend to hear that from him all the time, that's a man who lacks self-respect. Yes, I said it. That's a man who lacks self-respect. Okay? And it's only a matter of time before she mimics that. She will lose respect for him. Even if she's coming from the Kevin Samuel camp, just give them time, okay? The real life, the true colors will show at some point. That's the way it works. Speaking life into someone is not a praise at MOP. Yeah, I don't know. You might have misinterpreted me. You know, speaking life into someone, I don't know how to argue that. Speaking life into somebody is not praise. What is it? Correct me. Let's use your word. When my wife is speaking life into me, that's something that edifies me, that makes me feel edified. that may be even a deeper conversation entirely, right? That makes me feel valid. It makes me feel like, that's all mine right there, right? So maybe not exactly praise. Excuse my choice of words. But I think what I'm trying to say is that uplifting, like a person that, if I'm highlighting that you spoke life into me, I'm not praising you, but I'm neither am I putting you down though, you know. If she's missing some so-called red flags, it can be one of those situations where he has convinced his or her safe place. If she's convinced, as long as that translates to her actual real feelings and she feels safe with him, I think she's winning. What says you? I think she's winning. Not only that, more importantly, I think he's winning. That's the catch, right? What do you say, right? You should be your spouse's catch. Keep hers, exactly, right? Like, why would I want to be opposite of not being the catch? Why does that have to negate that she's the catch as well, right? What did they have to be mutually exclusive? I'm asking, all of us are in the Indomie generation, all of us. I'm just asking. Gotta be careful with our words, right? The oaths were men. Shout out to Fumi. This is where media training comes in. Don't visit just any podcast before you yab your own brand. That's a good word, But if it's all in positive light, I would say it's harmless. If it's a Emeka Ike type of situation, and you have bitterness inside, yeah, absolutely. You better know what you're about to say, because all of it, even if that's not the intention, will come off as being used against you. And it's all your fault. Because if you're a public figure, you should know better. Exactly my sentiment. I want to give him a break because we don't know him, but I didn't like the way he said it. Was he smiling when he said it? Was he smiling, or was he like, I'm the catch? That's what's wrong with all these women. Was it like doing like something like that? Like, was it like these modern women, not modern, but modern, right? These modern women, right? That's the problem. That's what's wrong with these modern women these days, right? Is that what he was doing? Or was he, I think I found it. Let's just play the clip within the fair use guidelines. How about that? Right? Was that what he was doing, or he was all serious, or he was, I'm the catch? What was he doing like this? Which one was it? All of it matter. Listen. See what I'm looking at right now? Oh, come on. How are you going to take this guy seriously? Ladies and gentlemen, this is his face when he was talking about it. Is that what we're looking at? Oh, come on now. You're really going to take what he said seriously? Before I play it, hold on 1 second. Oh, Barry. Exactly. How much life has he spoken into her? Some people will want you to forget yourself and focus on them. Spousal jealousy is I think you guys are trying to pull my leg now at this point in time. And we have a Emeka Ike story to cover.
Oh, beauty.
Come on now, why are you doing me like this now? So I can't say my wife spoke life into me 6 months into our relationship of ever meeting. It must be 20 years later before I can claim that. Is that what you're saying right now? For starters, the question was simple. How did you pull a Simone Biles? Instead of him answering the question, he flipped it. All right, let me see for myself. I'm watching it for the first time. I literally just searched as I'm talking to you. But let's see. Now, wow.
How in the hell did you pull Simone Biles?
Really, how she
Wait. Not the smile on her face in that moment, too. Did you see the smile on her face in that moment?
Did you pull Simone Biles?
Really, how she pulled me, man.
That looked like a very happy person. Hey, we don't know. It's just a moment, right? All right. And he said, seem like she pulled me, man. Is that what I just heard?
How she pulled me, man. That's the question. Man.
Pull Simone Biles.
Really, how she pulled me, man. That's the question.
Oh,
man.
Lord.
Simone Biles.
That does not look like a typical Kevin Samuel follower. At least not that moment. Okay, at least not that moment. Okay. Oh, maybe it's the self-esteem that's affected. She's just looking up to him. She's been abused. Somebody blink twice, Simone. Blink if you need help. Blink help. Is that what we're doing here with this story? Indomie generation. Why not do like this now?
Husband Jonathan Owens
It's a still photo.
says he's the catch in their relationship and admits when they first started dating, he had never heard of the
She's 26, he's 28. They're like literally almost the same age. No, there's no grooming going on. Sorry. No.
four-time Olympic
We don't know. I'm just saying from what we can see, right?
gold medalist.
It's something you don't want to miss.
The newlyweds, who tied the knot back in April, recently sat down for a chat on the pivot.
Oh, she's giggling heavy. Maybe you guys have a point. She is she's almost rolling her eyes backwards. Oh my God. Is this why? Is this the moment where you saw blink twice if you need help? Blink twice, Simone. Do you need some help? Is this the moment right here? Wait, Keeper said he was insinuating she pursued him a bit harder. Oga needs to learn how to code some things to protect the household storyteller. All right. Let me, I can take that in,
podcast and reflected on how they first met after Simone popped up on a dating app back in 2020.
Let me see who this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity,
While it seems unlikely or even impossible that the Green Bay Packers safety had never heard of Simone, he tried his best to explain how the Olympic hero managed to fly under his radar.
When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and
Wait, why are those guys laughing? Why are they laughing? Are they laughing at him or laughing with him, right?
didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Like,
Baba don't they do shalaye. Baba don't they do shalaye. Oh, maybe they have a point
You go
to.
explain, because no evidence.
late July, early August, so I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched, like.
And the pro football player shared how he
Oh no! Now I'm seeing more context. This is come on, man.
felt after she first messaged him.
But
I
she
didn't know who
seems
she was at
happy.
the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good.
Once
Wait, what? She gotta be good because she got a bunch of followers? Oh, like she's not after your money?
they connected, Jonathan says things took off fast. Simone driving 45 minutes to visit
I
him
think you guys are reading too much into the energy in these photos. These are still photos now. These are still photos.
in Houston, and the rest is history.
I guess sharing it is just a part of my story.
So you was really the catch in.
I always say the men that catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you said.
Because I was fighting it. I was afraid to commit.
He said he was fighting it.
But, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it.
It wasn't until they started stepping out together that Jonathan realized
Not the Fendi outfit. No, Jesus help me. Oh no. If I see this again, I will use Jesus Christ.
just how famous and beloved his leading lady is.
There was all these moms and, they're there with their kids, and we walked past and everybody stopped and just, kids are like shaking. It was like, oh my God. And I'm like,
To me, I'm just Simone, so I'm like, how do these people even know who I am? But it's also cool that they recognize the talent that Team USA brought.
Jonathan
She's so
popped the
cute.
question on Valentine's Day 2022, and the couple said I do in April in a private city hall ceremony in
They
Texas.
got married.
Stop, I can't. You guys can make me blush.
They
Jeez, tickly blushy. You can't make me blush. Oh, is that daddy right there? Oh.
later tied the knot for a second time in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico in May, in front of 144 guests, including their wedding party of 8 bridesmaids and 7 groomsmen. And in the months since, Simone has frequently been spotted giving her man a supportive kiss before his games.
All right, these people seem like they're not complaining. I have to go with what I see.
Oh, love it. Let's do that.
After the podcast went live, Jonathan faced some backlash over his "the catch" comment.
So you was really the catch in.
I always say we
And
the
you-
man the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did though.
But he's seemingly sticking by it, subtly addressing the criticism with an IG post. Unbothered. Just know we locked in over here.
Just know we're locked in over here. Let me come to the chat because it looks like this is no wonder the topic is hot. No wonder, right? Indomie generation or Jesu by we too good to go sọgbọ́n tó lè dá kò sí wa tó lè wù kò sọ́nà tó lè mọ̀ tó fi rí táyé lọ́rùn o. Anyway, Dilo says keep playing it, MOP. He went further to explain, yeah, di ṣàlàyé, you know. If it was me and somebody asked me, how the hell, what's the question again? Let me go back to the beginning.
How in the hell
How
did
in
you
the
pull
hell
Simone Biles?
did you pull Lola? My answer will be short and sweet. What? Have you seen her? Never mind. You could book a class. We could talk about that. If you really want to make it fun and you leave it at that, we got to move on into the rest of the conversation about my career. That's what I would do, especially if she happened to have toasted me. Yeah, there's ways that I will say that it won't come off in a way that I will now put myself in a corner where I need to do explanation or mansplaination. Yeah. So, but either way, they seem happy. I don't see what the. Yeah, it's still not that deep. Sorry. I'm sorry. MOP listens to statement he made reading to the viral. Okay, yeah, I covered that already. He was bigging up himself and alluding to the idea that she did. It's the Shalaye zone. It's the Shalaye zone. But I don't think he was bigging himself up without bigging her up. That didn't come off that way to me. Shout out to Brother Ben. Good to see you. It seemed like a young man too. So I don't know. Maybe he was caught off guard with that question. You know. My love, but my pressure, bro. My pressure. My pleasure, not pressure. He said if he never paid attention to gymnastics, whereas there is a whole receipt on his Twitter page tweeting about gymnastics. Wahala. I think he's saying back then. What is he still in college or something? Is he still in high school or something? He seems young. Oh, he's 28. That man is 28, right? Oh, Lord, I don't know. I don't think it's that deep. Oh, my God. One of those podcasts has made problematic coloring statements. They set up Simone. Oh, I've never seen them before. I'll pay attention to them now. The Pivot, right? Are they sports only? The Simone better call her lawyer and get a prenup. Wala. Not to say dude is lying. Anyways, let me do bro code. But Ben says this Gen Z needs to know that not all info is for public consumption. You gotta take it easy. Okay, I'll be honest. Okay, what? Of course, I'm always honest. I'm being honest. Just my feelings. My feelings did change a little bit watching that video. And but she's 26. She's not a baby. She knows what she has, you know. And but I guess, you know, I'm glad that, more importantly, I'm glad that they're able to handle the backlash with you know, with this statement right here. Unbothered. Just know we're locked in over here. I think that's the best answer they can give, because honestly, it's not about avoiding crisis in life, including publicity crisis. It's about how do you handle it. It's about how do you react to crisis, right? Without judging the crisis itself. You can't judge the crisis. It doesn't make any sense. You can't be blaming social media. It doesn't make any sense. You can't turn around and blame your wife and kids when you're the one that opened the can of worms. You get it? You get it? You get it?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
He's doing locker room talk now too. Please don't come for me. Oh. Wala. I didn't see that one. No bass. Men are natural hunters. Even if she did the chasing, if he truly valued their relationship, he should have focused more on how he did the catching. I agree. And that's why I'm looking at him like it seems like he's a young man, 28. I At 28, you're a grown man. You need to learn how to do these things. You need to learn how to give answers. When you're in the public arena, in media, you need to learn how to give proper answers that won't tamper with your obsession with being right. I know you're telling the truth. Well, here's the thing. They handle this crisis well. What if they keep pounding on it? What if they keep bringing it up? Can you keep handling it? Because that question was also a form of crisis. Somebody threw you a question, how the hell? And they're like, I'm the catch, man. If you say, I'm the catch, man, of course. I'm just kidding. I mean, Simone is a beautiful girl, man. Of course. What do you think? Of course, right? Everybody would have forgotten about it. And the humor will still be in there. But at this point, once I start hearing the shalaye, I was like, this guy don't do shalaye. He wasn't ready for this. Let's see. He needs to get media trained. He talks too much. Oh, I didn't know him before. He probably does. Like the rest of the Indomie generation, right? Even those ones that they weren't aware. Because Emeka Ike is not Indomie generation, but yet, But anyway, some people are here to hear what our opinions are about the Emeka Ike. With that being said, let's leave Simone, Biles, and Jonathan alone for now. If we see them in the news again, if it's important, we'll cover it. But shout out to them. They seem happy. I'm happy for them. I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.